and then open on Broadway.
Man, let me tell you something. I want to get to Ain't Too Proud because you hooked me up with some tickets in LA, and I came to see you. Now, I knew you could sing. We was in a singing group, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know you could sing. Hey, come on now.
Hey, swaggy swag. Yeah.
Come on now. I didn't know because you played David
Yeah.
Ruffin, which is
Yeah.
the main dude, you know. I didn't realize you could sing until I saw you in Ain't Too Proud. The notes you was
Hey.
hitting in that production, I said, this nigga's incredible. I'm sitting in the
Appreciate you, man.
audience like, this nigga's incredible. This king, I'm trying to stop saying nigga so much. This king I'm not trying to stop saying nigga, but I'm trying to use it at the appropriate times. And in this moment, I
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
call you a king. I
I
was like,
appreciate you, King.
yeah, straight up. I was like, this king is incredible, bro. I'm like, the dance. I'm like, I already know the dancing, but the notes you was hitting was crazy. Tell me about your audition for that production.
Yo, that's another crazy story, bro. First of all, thank you so much for that, man. And tell you the truth, when it comes to singing like that, I didn't know either. I literally had never tried before, like dead ass, doc. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I trained as a dancer, and when I got to Broadway, you have to sing on Broadway. So that's when I just started taking a lot of voice lessons. I'm still taking them twice a week now, damn near. But singing like that, with like that kind of screaming and growling and them high notes, bro, I just had to try it. They're like, well, try that out, try this out. And I was like, all right, hurt myself, sat down for a couple days, tried it again. Um, but this audition, bro, it's actually another crazy LA story because it was right after Hairspray Live where I saw you right before that audition, right? So
Yep,
you saw after Hairspray
we
Live
got to get to
hit,
that
like,
too.
yo, Hollywood was all like, yo, who's this cat? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had maybe like at least 15 to 20 different meetings with all the different casting networks, all the different major network lots, WB, NBC. They all wanted to meet with me and like, yo, where are you gonna be? Move to LA. We got all these pilots. We want to plug you in. All these like my agents, managers, everybody's like, yo, now it's your time for LA. LA is calling for you,
I
bro.
remember you
And I
telling
was
me
like, all
that.
right, bro, it was going crazy. I was like, all right, bet. Finally, because it always is a thing like, yo, you're the next step from Broadway is always supposed to go from Broadway, then do television and film, right? Like supposed to be like sort of a jumping point. Um, so I was like, all right, now I guess must be the time to enter that lane. So I went back to New York to get my stuff, and I get an email. Funny enough, I get an email while I was at a dog park with one of my best friends, Derek Baskin, the cat that played Otis Williams in the Temptation Show.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him have done 3-4 of the shows together. He's like literally my big brother. And I was like, yo, Derek, I just got an audition for this show called Ain't Too Proud to play David Ruff. And he was like, yo, nigga, I'm playing Otis. Like, you have
Crazy.
to play this. We're supposed to be playing best friends in this show. It's a great part. You need to do this. I was like, I don't know, bro. I'm supposed to be going out to LA to do TV film. And should I really take it? He's like, bro, just read the script. He sent me the script. He's like, read the script. And if you connect to it, go in. So I read the script and I just remember deeply, deeply connecting with this play, with how it's written. And I was like, yo, I got to at least try, I guess. So I get to LA day one for pilot season. And my first audition, they're like, yo, the whole creative team is flying out to LA for you to audition for Ain't Too Proud. And I was like, all right, bet.
Ooh.
So I walk in and it's a bunch of people I've worked with before, like the choreographer I worked with before, the music director. And yeah, man, that was my first audition in LA when I was supposed to be moving there for pilot season. And I finished the audition. I had to dance a whole bunch. They already knew I was going to dance. I had to sing. They were like, yo, I had just again, I finished doing Hairspray Live. I sang like, I sang high, but it was different. I wasn't singing like David Ruffin with that grit and rasp. And so I finished singing that song, Ain't Too Proud. And the cat was like, yo, that's good, but like, can you put some growling on it? I was like, I ain't never done that before. I'll try. So that's when I just started in the audition room trying stuff. He's like, all right, bet. Yeah, exactly. Try that again. And I read the sides, and literally later that night, I got home after that audition, and the choreographer was already calling me like, bro, this is your show. He's like,
Wow.
yo, I'm telling you, he told me, he's always believed in me, man. Sergio Trujillo, always, he believed in me before when I was just in the ensemble in the back, dancing and doing splits. Like, he was like, yo, this is your Tony Award moment. He's like, Ephraim, you're going to take this show to the next level. This is going to take your career to the next level. Ephraim, he said pretty much, bump LA. LA ain't going nowhere. You need to come back to New York and do this. And I was like, all right. My agents called me the next day, like, Ephraim, we know that they loved you. We know that they're going to give you this part, but we really think you should take the momentum of Hollywood right now. Take the momentum for TV film. Don't let this die down. Ain't Too Proud and Broadway is cool and all, but you've done that already. It's not going to do any much better for you. And I was like, y'all, I just read the script. And when I tell you I had a spiritual connection to the script, like I could hear the music playing in my head before I even got to it on the page, and it literally would sync up. Like I could see it, I could hear this man in my head, like who David Ruffin was. I was like, y'all, I know it sounds crazy, but I gotta do this show. They're like, all right, yo,
Are you,
we don't believe that that's what you should do, but we'll back you up.
okay.
Um,
Are you
we'll
still
back
with
you
that
up and let you
agency?
do that. Yeah, I'm still with them.
Okay.
We're still agents, managers. And 2 years later, when I'm getting that Tony thing, they were like, "Yo, you were wrong. You were right, Ephraim." Like, "Yo, you made the right move on that." So we're glad you always follow your heart. So that's one thing I've always had to bet on.
That's what I was about to say, man, because that's the thing about, a lot of representation, man. They don't see your vision always, and you really
Yep,
have to believe in yourself and know that you the captain of your ship to get to where you
yep,
trying to go. Because,
yeah,
and at
man,
the end of the day, they thinking about money. You see what I'm saying?
exactly.
Because they know if you book a pilot, they like, he at least go get $25,000 an episode at the
Right,
very least. You see what I'm saying?
right.
So they thinking about that versus I don't even know how much Broadway performers get, which is something I thought about. Now I didn't think
Yep,
about doing Broadway, but I've wondered like what's the pay scale. Um,
yeah,
but but I'm glad you followed your heart, man. I think that's something outside looking in about you, bro. It looks like things always line up.
yeah.
Um, do you feel like you've struggled any, or do you feel like you've just had like extreme favor time and time again? Because outside looking in, it seems like bam, one gig, another gig, another gig, another gig. It's like, do
Right.
you ever feel like frustrated, or do you always land another role right afterwards and you been kind of good since you've been out there?
I mean, it's a bit of both, right? I ain't gonna deny the absolute phenomenal favor that's been all over my life from, and I say from day one, because a lot of people just seeing it now with these big name projects. But for me, just getting a job in the first place right after college was favor, right? Like, let's talk about, again, talking about how God's, what would you say, something about protection?
Oh yeah,
The
rejection is God's
denial, the
protection.
rejection is protection, right? Because, again, I was at Alvin Ailey. I was in the second company for a minute. And when I came and slept on your couch in LA, it was right after I auditioned for the first company. That's what my heart wanted. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in that first company. I had no thought about Broadway before. I had no thought about really acting and stuff like that before. I wanted to be in Alvin Ailey. And I auditioned and I auditioned, and I remember my last audition, it got down to me and one other dude that year, and they took him instead of me. And I auditioned for these other dance companies. Everybody in the dance world, in terms of concert dance, was saying no to me. And I had did all this training, uprooted my life, moved to New York, got all this thousands of dollars in debt, and I don't got no job in the most expensive city damn near in the country. And I remember like, yo, God don't want me to be here. I've worked my ass off at Ailey. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to have that door close on my dance career like that, I mean, that took me down, bro. I remember calling my dad, like crying. I don't know what to do. Like, what, should I move home? Like, I'm not good enough, like for real. And he was like, nah, stick it out. Just wait. Do what you got to do from now. If you got to get a regular job, just stick it out. And it was right after that. It just so happened that one of the cats that choreographed on me at Ailey, he's from the Broadway circle. And he kind of put my name in for a job. They're like, yo, Ephraim, come in. There's a dude leaving this show, and you're about the same height as him. And so we know you can dance the show well, and we know that you can sing a little bit. So come in and audition. We think you might be able to do this job. That became my first Broadway audition. I had no sight on Broadway. You know what I'm saying? So those kind of things, that was again the divine favor, I say, in the moment, but still came with all that heartache and hard work. And when I got to Broadway, I wasn't getting no lead roles, but at the same time, I'll say this: I was happy for all of my ensemble roles. I was never complaining about having to be in the back or not having lines or not being the lead. And I was like, no, I got a job and I get to dance, and it's paying me well, especially compared to concert dance. Like Broadway pays a lot more. So I was just like, no, just keep grinding, keep hustling, wait for my moment. And just keep learning. Like I was on the stage with like some greats, these juggernauts, these great actors, these great singers. And I was like, I'm sitting back there just learning from these cats, and they telling me how to go about it. So that was 15 years ago, and people just now are kind of seeing the benefits, you know what I mean, of that. Now the boom, boom, boom lineup of now get this show, this role, this role is happening. But like, not to say I was really, really struggling in New York, because I'm going from Broadway show to Broadway show, but in terms of like the career success, what it looks like from the outside, man, it's a hell of a lot of grinding. It's a hell of a lot of staying open and putting your ego aside to just be thankful and grateful and keep learning, be a student at all times. And then you wait for your moment. And then a moment happens like Hairspray Live, where it's like, I turned down the audition for Hairspray Live, bro. Just because I
Wow.
didn't think I was good enough. And I was like, no, I heard that Ariana Grande is supposed to be doing it, and Jennifer Hudson and all these A-list actors. And I was like, they're not gonna pick me. They want me to audition, but like they're gonna pick somebody like a Chris Brown or Neo or whatever like that, right? Because
Right.
they pick an A-list celebrity. They're not gonna pick me. Mind you gotta sing that high. I didn't think I could do it. So I turned the audition down twice. And they finally came back. They're like, yo, my agent's like, yo, Ephraim, they're begging for you just to send in anything because they can't find anybody. I was like, all right, I'll just try it once. And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that became
I'm, I'm
that, bro. So
I'm glad you just said that, because sometimes I don't audition for stuff because I'm like, they already know who they want. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
But I'm glad you just told that story, because maybe that'll push me to audition for certain things. But the difference is the casting never calls my agent and be like, we really want to see Justin. You know what I'm saying? I don't get no phone calls. They like, no, who's Justin? Who's that guy?
You want to see who?
Who? Let's talk.